Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Gordon Maston, and welcome to another edition of my SmackDown review for August the 16th, 2016. Now, tonight, this SmackDown was the go-home show for WWE SummerSlam coming up this Sunday. And don't forget, everybody, I don't think you guys have remembered this. There's a pre-show that starts at fucking 5 o'clock. No, I think 6. No, it might be 5 o'clock until 7 o'clock, and then SummerSlam goes from 7 till 9. And not 7 till 9, 7 till 11. Because, it's WrestleMania 2! Let's just be glad they don't do this with all the big four shows. Or else I think most of us would have a huge problem with this, because you make me watch 3 hours on a Monday night, which is good. You make me watch 2 hours on a Tuesday night, which is alright. You make me watch 2 hours on a Wednesday night at this point, which is NXT and the Cruiserweight Classic. And then you're going to sit here and make me indulge myself to 5 and 6 for a pre-show. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for a pay-per-view. You all together, you make me watch as many hours, almost as many hours as I've sat here and collected in a week worth of watching wrestling, and you make me watch that all at one point in time. That is just a lot. But I have no problem with CWC and NXT, so I might as well not complain about that. Raw, I had a problem with yesterday. SmackDown, yeah, there was that too today. So this was an okay show, but okay honestly doesn't make up to be good for me. So, yeah. Okay. And, honestly, you know what? This is where I get into the tweets. So, I'm going to take you guys back into what I was tweeting tonight. Yeah, into what I was tweeting tonight for tonight's WWE SmackDown card. So, I'm going to pull up the Twitter machine, and you guys are going to look, and if you enjoy, follow me on the Twitter machine at Fight Moston Fight. That last T obviously not being there because, as I've said before, Twitter's a giant fucking jerk, dude. But yeah, I had thoughts on pretty much almost everything tonight. And this is the random gif of women's wrestling. Ignore Lita and Trish. But yeah, this is basically my entire thoughts on the show. Like I just there wasn't really much in the SmackDown for me tonight. Like I enjoyed for the most part. Well, not enjoyed for the most part. I didn't really have much fun with it for the most part. I feel like this is a show that people are having fun with, but I don't feel like they're reaching their full potential. I don't think this show is at a point where I can really be satisfied with it. I don't think that SmackDown is in a place for me where I can just look at it like, hey, this is a really fun show to watch. Even though, everything isn't at full potential yet. Like, everybody's not fighting for something yet. Like, with the women, there is a 6-man, I said 6-man, I'm so sorry. That is something that I'm just conditioned to do. But there is a 6-woman tag match at SummerSlam, and let's be honest, it's all about Eva Marie. Like, these are the 6 women that SmackDown have, so they figure, hey, let's showcase them all. Which I'm not knocking them for doing that at all, but we'll get to it when we get to it. But first tonight, SmackDown has this thing where, Raw opens with the last week on Monday Night Raw. And then SmackDown opens with Shane and Daniel. What are you guys up to? Oh, we got Randy this week. Hey, Randy, you want to sign the contract for this match with Brock because it's really important, and we want you to sign it right now instead of having it signed weeks ago where, Brock Lesnar being the way that he is, and I'm pretty sure people understand this, who understand Brock Lesnar out of a kayfabe content. Well, even kayfabe, in kayfabe, out of kayfabe, Brock Lesnar is pretty much the same damn person. Brock can just pretty much say at any point in time, but this is in kayfabe. So technically, I'm guessing Brock's already signed the contract, but in kayfabe, the Brock Lesnar character, even though this is heavy finger quotes on character, could just say, you know what, Randy? Yeah, I've thought about it. You're not worth my time. See ya! And just up and out. But that honestly never would happen. It just wouldn't. This is like something that just pops across my mind. Like, knowing the kind of guy Brock Lesnar is, he could just but he wouldn't do that because he would never have anybody say that he's scared to fight Randy Orton. Blah blah blah. It's just like Brock just, and plus it's a payday too. It's the second biggest payday of the year. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so Randy signs a contract. Heath comes in, and he basically brings in a fruit basket for Daniel and Shane and says to them, hey, guys, this is for you, the best two GMs and, well, the best GM and commissioner, blah, blah, blah. And the fruit basket is addressed to somebody else. So basically, Slater stole somebody's fruit basket and gave it to Brian and Shane and said he knows how much that fruit, it's important to guys like those. So, okay. So, moving on, Randy Orton is there, and he says, hey, I have an idea. And then, we don't hear the idea. It's just a giant cliffhanger. And it's like, what was Randy's idea? Well, I guess I'll have to tune in to the rest of the show and watch. So, with that being said, we get into SmackDown. And we open up with the most WWE talk show in history. Welcome to Miss T. Nah, you good. Dean Ambrose interruption. And he basically, like, him and Dolph just, they come out there and they're doing their whole thing. Miz is basically teasing up the tension between the two. And Dolph tells Miz to shut his mouth. Miz sits in the background for the rest of the segment. And while this on, I don't want to say Dean was slacking on Mike at all tonight because I don't. But this, I honestly say Dean could have done better tonight. Like, this is a well-done promo, but this is nowhere near the, I'm going to burn Brooklyn to the ground, blah, 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 and then just the nonchalant, no, you're not. You're not going to do any of those things. This wasn't that kind of promo, and that's kind of what I was looking for. Like, just Dean, just, like, nonchalant, I wanted Dean to tell Dolph in the most PG way, because, he can't just say, why are you bullshitting these people? But I wanted him to tell these people, you know what? He's been saying last chance, last chance, last chance. Honestly, I don't see why you even got this chance in the first place. You don't belong here. It's reasons like this that people will never believe that the WWE Championship is legit. Like, I wanted him to just straight rip into fucking Dolph Ziggler, not just, do what he did tonight, which was, like, by no means was it bad. It wasn't Dean Ambrose's best. I don't want to say it just seems like he was coasting along. I'm just putting a lot of I don't want to say out here, but, like, this didn't feel 100% tonight. Like, this didn't feel like Dean Ambrose gave it his all. It just felt like he put on a good promo, a good enough promo for Ziggler to respond with something that was better. It honestly feels like Ambrose kind of, if you want to really think about it, it kind of feels like Ambrose maybe tuned it down for Dolph to, seem like he, really held the edge tonight. Because when they did this a couple weeks ago, Ambrose was really at his best, and Ziggler, I'm guessing, was too. But the real difference here was that, Dean's promo just out-edged Dolph's. So this basically ends with Dolph, making his point and then super kicking Dean, who sold it like a million goddamn bucks. So that point was made, and then after that, during the commercial break, Miz was in the ring, and so was Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews he said, your name's Apollo Creed. He's like, no, it's Apollo Crews. And then Apollo Crews basically hit him with the, powerbomb, which was a little bit delayed, which was honestly a little bit awkward and clunky to me. Like, not even clunky. Clunky's not the right word to even describe that. It was just a bit awkward. Like, why, Miz? Why are you not trying to fight out? Like, it's like, Miz, why are you not trying to fight out of this? Like, he really didn't do much to you for you to be knocked out, dazed, or drowsed to that extent. Like, what is happening, dude? But you know what? That happened during the commercial, and that, Miz already got his time. It may not have been his program, but Miz did get a little bit of time. And this just shows you where Apollo Crews falls in the food chain. He's in an Intercontinental Championship match at SummerSlam, and he's being showcased to the live audience during a commercial break because his segment is not that important to be on a SmackDown. Instead, we're going to have a 12-man cluster buttfuck being Mojo Rawley, the Hype Bros, the Usos, and American Alpha, who we really have to talk about here in a second, and the Vaudevillains, Ascension, and Febreze. And yes, I'm still calling them Febreze. I'm not on the whole Breezango train yet. We're just not doing that here. So, let's explain this for 1 second. This match happens. It basically, and I'm sorry if I'm seeming like really negative about it, like, because I've seen people like, oh, this may have not served much of a purpose because there are no tag team championships, so what else could they really have done? I mean, you can respect continuity, right? Like, all these teams basically came out and had a giant brawl last week. You can respect that, right? Like, they put everybody in a match. I can't respect that because it's what WWE always does. Like, oh, we did this, so we're gonna do what we usually do and put you guys on 2 different teams of 4 and have you in a match because why the hell not, right? And I guess to me, the reason is it's just the same old WWE shit we usually get in the match. Like, they're gonna go back and forth for a little bit. The heels will get the advantage, the hot tags will come, and then it turns into a giant dive and finisher fest for like the last 2 minutes, and we amp it up, and that's exactly how we amp it up because we have no other fucking way, because this isn't like, the New Japan fucking styled giant matches like where they have junior heavyweight team, or tag team, and they just it's fucking hype as shit for, 10, you know, 8, not 8 to 10, 10 to 12 minutes, and it's like that. No, it's basically, just WWE's same old shit. Just average back and forth, hot tags, like every babyface team gets their hot tag and their shit in, and then it's just a giant fucking dive fest, and then that just changes itself into a finisher fest. The Hype Rider was hit. The Usos hit their super kicks. I don't think the Vaudevillains hit the Whirling Dervish because they weren't really important enough for that. The Ascension didn't hit the Fallen Man. It was just the baby faces getting their shit in. The Hype Rider was hit. The Uso super kicks were hit. And then American Alpha ended with Grand Amplitude. Now, my point on American Alpha I had to make was American Alpha is oh fucking P. Now, if we want to go, like, and that, honestly, it's a problem. Because American Alpha was, and I even hate to say it here because it seems like we get this so much in the WWE, was a underdog team of Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, who honestly fought a struggle. Jason Jordan wanted to get on TV, and he was sick and tired of, failing, because he had this whole thing with Ty Dillinger as a tag team, and Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger didn't work out, so Jason Jordan, was trying to find partners. I'm not going to go through all the stories, but, eventually he finds a partner. He finds Gable after telling Gable no consistently because they thought Gable was a clown. And they faced a struggle, and that struggle was, Jordan really didn't want Gable to be the guy, but he was finding success with Gable, and Gable eventually grew on him, and they started winning matches, and then they grew chemistry, and then fans started to love them, for overcoming the struggle and their goofy antics. Like, American Alpha was entertaining in more ways than just in the goddamn ring, dude. Like, And now that you've taken with this struggle, you've made them OP, and they're not goofy anymore, and they're just an in-ring product that they just go around and suplex people every week. The fun that was with American Alpha is starting to die away. Like, the personality isn't there anymore. Any of that. They're becoming bland. Like, it's not what it used to be. I used to fucking love these guys, but it's not what it was, man. Like, I'm not like hating American Alpha by any means. It's just like they have to find that magic again, man. They need to find that magic fast. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be a heel turn that does it for these guys, but they need the magic fast, especially when SmackDown really built these guys as the team in the division. Oh, you really need to do something. Like, you have to figure something out for these guys. Whether it's personality, I don't know what it is. You have to figure it out fast. Okay. Now, after this, we got... Okay. Excuse me here, guys. I'm just getting notes up. Alright, after this, we got... Okay. I'll just say here, we got the women's segment, and this was... Actually, no, because I want to talk about this first. This was fucking great. So, we get Baron Corbin doing some fucking jail-styled rapist abuse. Like Kalisto just walking around like, I'm gonna come in on SmackDown, probably gonna get a match today. Oh God, dude, Baron! Don't hurt me, man! I'm gonna fuck you up, kid. I didn't even do anything to you, man. We can solve this in the ring. Get against the wall. You have me against the wall. Bitch, don't put you against the wall. It's just the most intimidating. And see, Baron Corbin looks like that dude you find in jail that you don't want to rub the wrong way. Like, you go to jail, you compile a list of people you don't want to say anything to. And Baron Corbin is that 6'8", 275-pound guy that you just don't want to look at in the face and go, maybe I'll like stand up to him and prove him the baddest guy in the prison. Because that guy looks like he went to jail. Oh God, excuse me. That guy looks like he went to jail for murder. I wouldn't fuck with him. Look at the tattoos. Look at the hair. Look at how intimidating this guy looks. Like, it's just, I'm good, dude. I'm good. But Corbin basically jail-style mugs and beats the shit out of Kalisto. And this happened last week, I believe. Was it last week? Yeah, this happened last week. And it was pretty scary, but yet pretty funny, but yet pretty entertaining. And same story this week. So whenever Kalisto decides to fight back, I mean, I'll give him his credit. But I don't think this man has much of a fighting chance. But we'll see. But, you know, keep building this, because I can honestly see this being a match. Do not put it on SummerSlam pre-show. Just don't do that. Because I think you have busted a nut too early, WWE, in that case. But I can see this being a match somewhere along Backlash if you continue to build it and you build it correctly. This was the positive for me. So up next, we had the women's match, which was... Well, a women's match was supposed to be Naomi. That's right, Naomi. Naomi. Omine. Me. Nao. You know, we haven't heard that name on WWE television in a while. And she was supposed to be facing the Eva of Marie's. And Naomi. Didn't fare so well. She really didn't. Because, well, let me start this way first. She had a amazing glowed up entrance. Like, her thing is she's glowed up now. Like, she had the sneakers, and that was basically it before. Now her hair glows in the dark. She had this whole glow in the dark fucking suit. She came out with a backpack full of fucking glow sticks and shit. Glow sticks and shirts, started tossing around like, yeah, I'm getting fucking over today. Like, they're not gonna tell me no on this shit. Like, I spent time and money on this shit. Like, we're doing this. So Naomi comes out. I'm excited. Like maybe like if it's a revamped Naomi, maybe she changed her finisher and some of the things she does in the ring, or maybe she's more fun in the ring because she's a heel, not a heel. She's a face again, and she can really show her arsenal now. So with that being said, Naomi, that's the best way for me to put this. Naomi, she gets the win with well, she doesn't get the win. She gets the non-contest victory, if you want to call it that. But Naomi does not get to face Eva Marie because her voice announcer guy comes on, and her voice announcer guy basically, does the whole intro, the whole sting, the whole she's the most enchanting, blah, 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 beguiling, seducing Eva Marie, who is stuck in traffic, and she apologizes. And just everybody, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, come on now. So that doesn't happen. But what does is, am I missing anything? No, I'm not missing anything. Okay, so what happens next here is Heath Slater. I'll go here. I know I'm probably jumping around in spots, but I'll cover everything. Heath Slater versus Randy Orton. And Heath Slater does, in fact, win his contract. And Heath Slater gets the shit kicked out of him by Randy Orton. Because Heath Slater, Randy Orton basically blanked out and all that shit. Then it's turned into Randy Orton just suplexing, like German suplexing Heath Slater around. He DDT'd him outside the ring. Like, a lot of people are really invested in Randy Orton right now. And I'm not. I just see Randy Orton amping himself up and intensifying himself because he's amped and excited about this Brock Lesnar feud. Because, the rumor going around right now is after the Brock Lesnar feud, and Orton will probably lose that. It'll be Orton feuding with Wyatt and Styles feuding with Ambrose for the championship. Now, I don't see Randy Orton being this Randy Orton much longer. I don't see this as a permanent thing, really. So I can't. I'm not going to really get myself too into Randy Orton. But people are like, oh, this is so great. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I honestly didn't feel it. But Heath Slater, honestly, I will admit when I'm wrong. This whole thing with him, recently, like I think I said from the start, I wasn't really a fan of it. But honestly, I'm feeling it for Heath more. Like once the bell rang, like Slater got his contract. Why are we saying this? But after Slater gets the crap kicked out of him, he gets German suplexed. Randy Orton does the Brock Lesnar doot dance and everything. It's just my heart opened for Heath a little bit, and he got RKO'd and everything. But Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are probably the most petty people of all time, because this man was messed up, and he was in the trainer's room, and he was laid out, and Daniel and Shane came to him with the contract and said, "You did it. You got the contract, Heath." And Heath Slater, boy, oh boy. Oh my God, the doctor should have held that man's mouth and just told him to sign the contract, because he says that he thinks Mick Foley is a bigger star and he's better than Daniel Bryan, for one. Two of all things. He tells Heath Slater that, what was it? He told Heath Slater told Shane that he thought Stephanie was beautiful, and she said, bleh. Slater said Stephanie was better than Shane. And you know what? As I'm sitting here right now, my cat's licking my hand, and she just ran from me. Okay, cat, I don't know what's going on. And he said that Stephanie was better than Shane. And he honestly thought that because he was getting the Raw contract. And these are just things that Slater was saying to kiss up. I honestly don't think that Slater believes these things. And I honestly think Shane and Daniel should have seen that this man was desperate and he wanted to get a good spot, as he got his contract and all that. But, as soon as he heard, Stephanie, you're better than Shane, as Slater was signing the contract, Shane snatches it, like, not snatches it, but slowly grabs it out of his hands. And And the way he did this, Shane was a dick because he knew that Slater was messed up. He knew that Slater could have possibly had a concussion and wasn't speaking straight. Shane McMahon knew these things. Don't you freaking tell me Shane didn't know these things. We all know Shane knew these things. Shane had to have some kind of a grasp of knowledge about these things. I can't, no. You just can't tell me he didn't know. So, Slater doesn't get his contract, and he eventually comes to after this and says, hey, where's my contract? Well, he's... no, as Adam Rose would say, well, Heathy baby, you kind of messed up there. You messed up big. Okay, so up next we get the women's match, which is Becky Lynch, Carmella, and Becky Lynch and Carmella versus Natalya and Alexa Bliss. Long story short, in this match, everybody but Becky gets an entrance. Even Becky's entrance is messed up because there was no goddamn steam. I'm a huge fucking fan of the steampunk entrance that Becky has, and Becky, she got the win in this match, but you know, Eva Marie came out and tried to distract Becky again, but then after that, Naomi came out and like, no, you cost me TV time earlier. You're gonna fight me. So Becky chases Eva around because Eva doesn't want to fight because, you know, Eva wanted to make her debut. What a better way to make your debut than have a outside the ring debut brawl with Naomi and prove that you know how to fight at least before you show us that you don't know how to wrestle. So everything is about Eva Marie. They're honestly building this division around her and Becky, and if you need a top heel and you want it to be Eva Marie, I'm all fine and well with that because Natalya is the... You see this curtain behind me? Natalya is about as boring as this curtain behind me. Like, she really is, and it's sad. Like, that's Natalya in a nutshell. Like, Natalya is as boring and bland as this curtain. Natalya is about as... Okay, I can't pull it out, but you see this? Okay, see this book bag that I'm... She's about as gross as that bag. But the one thing I can't stand that Natalya does, she lets us know it's Tuesday. She will lay you out, look at a granite you, look up and you go, yeah! It's Tuesday, my dudes. Yeah! Okay. Okay, Natalya. We know it's Tuesday. Hopefully you don't come on my TV next week telling me, or you don't do it Sunday and go, hey, it's SummerSlam, my dude. Yeah! Just lay somebody out. Just look down, look back up. Yeah! No. So they're obviously building this around Becky and Eva, which is honestly a pretty good idea. And let's see how good of an idea it is when Eva has to step in the ring and they eventually have to have a match because they're giving us a story with these two, but I honestly prefer a quality story with a quality match instead of a quality story with a average or subpar or, you know, below average, which is the same thing as subpar match. So, yeah. Okay. That was that. But you know what? We'll move on here. Up next is Randy Orton versus... Not Randy Orton, I'm sorry. I slipped up there. I really did. But up next we get, you know, I'm just going to say these two in one thing. We get AJ Styles in the back telling Del Rio, oh, he's so grateful he gets to... Well, I know he's happy he gets to, you know, fight John Cena tonight. He's like, I fought John Cena 1,000 times. But then he's like... It doesn't matter. You need to worry about your match. He's like, you know what? He's like, hey, he's like, you know, he's like, you can't be telling me that, man. He's like, I'm the main event of SummerSlam. He's like, that's all you mean. Like, you can't even say that much. You're not even on the card. This man just burnt Del Rio's life, man. I couldn't be any happier. But up next, we get Cena ADR, which is what I'm talking about. Cena gets the win. It is what it is. It's Cena ADR. It's Cena ADR. Cena ADR. I don't even want to talk. It's Cena ADR. Okay, man. But after this, AJ gets in the ring, lays Cena out with the phenomenal forearm. Well, he lays Cena out with the phenomenal forearm, tells him that, you know what, you're like, I'm gonna beat you at SummerSlam, and he's like, I'm gonna make your passion your prison. Line of the night by far. Any promo that happened tonight, line of the night. I don't care about what happened in the promo with Ziggler and Ambrose. This promo, that was the line of the night. This passion, I mean, this prison is your passion. Like that's just golden. Then Cena said, he's like, I'm gonna make your passion your prison. And then Cena was like, what'd you say, bitch? Got up, uno, dos, tres. Well, not uno, dos, tres. I'm sorry, I'm so used to that. John Cena wins. And then AA'd him through the announce table. So that's here's to hoping that John Cena loses at SummerSlam and continues his horrible SummerSlam record, which he has not gotten to win at SummerSlam since I think 2009 or 2008. Look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's 09 because I can go back to 2010 and go back to John Cena losing SummerSlam. Well, the last time he won a SummerSlam match was probably 2010, I think. I think it was 2010, yeah. So there's that. And there's, after that, Cena gets outside the ring and AA's him through the steps. AA's AJ through the steps with him. So he AA's AJ through the steps. And yeah, through the steps. I'm so sorry. My mind was so many other places. He AA's AJ through the announce table and uses the steps to stand on the steps and, walk up the steps with him and just toss him through. So hopefully Cena loses at SummerSlam. The reverse laws of wrestling pay off and we get that. But, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of my review. Remember to click the like button if you did enjoy this episode. Subscribe if you are not subscribed for more of that WWE goodness on my channel. And I will be back Saturday for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. So I want to thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys on the next review, which is Brooklyn. So thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys next time. See ya!